welcome to this week's episode of Abstract Art, where we love to paint, but we don't use paintbrushes. Now today's activity is going along with the theme of this week. Can anybody tell me what the theme is? You guessed it, it's Let's Get Silly. So to get a little silly today, we are going to be using straws to do our painting. We're going to be painting monsters, we're going to be decorating monsters, and yeah, we're going to be using straws to do all of that. Are you ready to see what materials you need for this activity? Okay, we're going to take it inside today. Let's get started. For this activity, you will need paper, some paint, and any kind of colors you'd like, water, a few cups to put the paint and water in, straws, spoons, and any decorative materials you may have to bring your monsters to life. Okay, now that we have our materials, are we ready to get started with the step-by-step instructions? Perfect, so step number 1. As always with abstract art, we're working with paint, and paint can get messy. So you want to make sure that you're in a space where if a little bit of paint goes off of the paper, that is okay. You want to secure your space, maybe put a towel down if you're doing this inside, if you have paper towels. If you can get outside, 2 thumbs up, by all means, go ahead and do this activity outside. I'm choosing to do this inside today, but again, I have my towel down and I'm ready to go. Step number 2 is to pick your colors. So today I have pink, red, and gold, but I think I'm just going to start with using the pink that I have here in this cup and the gold that I have here in this cup. Now you can make as many monsters as you want with this piece of paper, so you can use as many colors as you want. I picked 3 today. I'm going to be working with 2 of those colors, but if you want to get the whole rainbow onto this paper in your monsters, this is your time to be creative. I encourage you to use any colors that you might want to use. Put your favorite colors in there. Put some colors that you might want to mix together to see what other color they can make. Do designs. This is totally up to you. But that's step number 2, is to pick your color of paint and pour each individual color into a cup. Okay, so now our next step is to take our big cup of water here and mix it, pour a little bit into each cup here like this. Maybe just like 1 tablespoon of water per cup of paint. Oop, I see that my straw is about to fall off. So once you have that water in there, you can mix it up. So this is just to make sure that your paint is thin. Because we're going to be using the straws, we want to make sure that when we go to blow through the straws, the paint isn't too thick that it's not going to go anywhere. I think this one is probably a good consistency. Now I only have thicker paint with me, so that's why I need to take the steps of pouring water and mixing the water. But if you have watercolors at home that you want to use, or any type of paint that's a bit thinner, you can definitely try that out. Feel free to try that out. Okay, oops, I spilled a little bit of a drop there, but I'm getting this paint to be thin. So once it's pretty liquidy, kind of like water, we are ready to get to the straws. You ready for this next step? Okay, and that brings us to my favorite part of this activity. It's putting that paint onto the paper and blowing it around to create our monsters. Now I'm going to zoom in the camera a bit so you can see exactly what I'm doing, so it's easier for you to copy this at home. Okay, so we have our paint at the consistency that we want it to be. It's thin, it's ready to go on that paper. Now I'm going to pick up a straw. I have a bendy straw here with me today. And we are going to get to creating these monsters. So how you're going to do this is you're going to take the straw, you're going to put the bottom end into the cup of paint, put your finger, whether it's your thumb or your pointer finger, over the top so it covers the top of the straw completely. Then you're going to lift the straw out and you should see that there's some paint at the bottom. It's stuck in the bottom of the straw. Then you're going to carry it onto the piece of paper wherever you want to start in your monster, and you're going to remove your finger to let the paint out. Once you let that paint out, you can use your straw to start blowing the paint so it goes around into whatever shape you want it to be for your monster. Now, warning here, this is a warning. When you're blowing through the straw, don't blow in. You don't want to inhale, like, you don't want to do that in the straw because there's paint on the end of the straw. All you want to do is blow outwards, like this. Now I'm going to keep doing that a few times to get the shape of the monster that I want to get. So this time I think I'm going to go into the gold cup of paint. Remember, dip it in, put your finger over the top, carry that paint over and drop it on. You can shake it a little bit if you want more paint, and then there you go. So now that we have our monster base ready, here's the body of my monster here. Try to get it so you can see. It's time to decorate. So here with me today, I have a black marker, I have some rainbow sprinkles, and I have some glitter. You can use whatever decorative materials you have at home. If you have googly eyes, you can use those. If you have pom-poms, you have pipe cleaners, gather whatever materials you can find and use those to decorate your monsters. So I'm sticking with the one today, but I think I'm gonna add some short legs, a tail coming out through the back. I'll make it a bushy tail, kind of like a cow would have. We have a tail. I'm gonna give 3 eyes. One on top, and one over here. And let's see. Oh, I have to create a mouth. So you typically want to wait until the paint dries to create a face on the paint. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to go over the paint and do a little squiggly mouth. I'm thinking I should add some glitter, so I'm going to take the glitter. I'm going to put a little bit around here just to shake it up. And voila! Here it is, my cute, silly monster. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Abstract Art. My name is Sam, and I'm so excited to be able to share these activities with you. Tune in next time. Bye!